Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI. All praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Yahawah being the name of the Heavenly Father, YAHAWASHI being the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now, the reason I'm making this video is to edify the elect on how YAHAWASHI, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, was a so-called black man. And he was going to be the savior and a deliverer of the so-called black man who was a descendant of slave in America. See, who was in prison in America and needing salvation. See, he wasn't just coming to save people from their sins, because it's deeper than that. But that's just a simple way to say it. Just like it say love your neighbor. A simple way to say love your neighbor is to say follow the commandments, or by keeping the commandments you love your neighbor. See, it's just simplified the situation. So when you're talking about saving somebody from their sins, the sin caused them to go into slavery. See? So yes, he's saving them from their sins, because their sins caused them to go into slavery, and he got to save them out of the punishment of their sin. See, that's why in Galatians it talks about redeeming those that was under the law. See, saving them from the curse of the law. See, this is what YAHAWASHI came to do. He did not come to save random people. See, it was a people on earth. Let me get that. In Isaiah, see, Isaiah 14 is a powerful chapter. They let me even go to Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14, let's see here. Because it talks about slavery and what is going to happen. And the only reason people ain't paying attention to this is because they've been taught that this is a normal situation, or this situation happened before to other people, when it's the same people it's been happening to the whole time. Now when you're going to verse 18, it says, all kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. See, his own house is the key. That these other kings of the nations are in their own house. See, in verse 2, talks about the Israelites going back to their house, their own land. It started the whole chapter. Let's go at verse 1. Verse 1, it say, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. See, this is the whole purpose of the situation. Because in verse 18, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house or own land. Only Jacob is not in his own land. Jacob is being held captive in somebody else's land. Only in America do you see that the so-called black man and these other European nations where the slave trade took place, is you see these Negroes under the so-called white man. See, due to the transatlantic slave trade. This is the whole reason Yahawashi was going to have to come back and save them from that curse that put them in that situation. Okay? Because it was bigger than just the sins, because the sins was the law. But in that law, and let me get that in Daniel, because in that law, Moses gave them a punishment for breaking that law. And that punishment was going to be hard bondage under the so-called white man. Let's get Daniel 9 and 11. It says, yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him. See, and he have confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. See, this is a great evil that Yahawashi is coming to save the so-called black man from. For under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem. So the descendants of slaves, especially the so-called black man in America and in those islands and in Europe under the so-called white man, these individuals, they the only ones that's going through this situation. And so when it comes to Yahawashi coming to deliver them, this is what he was all about. Hebrews 7 and 14, it says, for it is evident, or it's a fact, that the Lord sprang out of Judah. It's a fact that he was a so-called black man. You see? Then get Luke real quick. Get right to the point and say that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. 74. That he would grant unto us that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear. Okay. And then John 11. He says, nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man shall die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not, and that he spake not of himself, but being high priest that year he prophesied that Yahawashi should die for that nation. See, that nation of men, that's who Yahawashi was dying for. He wasn't dying for nobody else but the nation of Israel, the so-called descendants of slaves, including the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's why 52 say, for not that nation only, but the children of God that were scattered abroad, the 10 tribes that were scattered abroad, and any other Israelite that was scattered abroad. This is who he died for. He didn't die for nobody else. You see, and he was a so-called black man. But I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.